What's going on, everybody? So we're back with another video today, and today we're going to talk a little bit about before we get into more body work and finishing up the truck and continuing with that. I want to talk to everybody about the basics you're going to need if you decide that you want to start doing this. If you see this and you're like, oh man, I'd really like to do my own truck. Here's some of the things I suggest you buy right off the bat that'll make your life a little bit easier while doing this, and hopefully give you a little bit of pointers on just different things with it. So first, we're gonna start with sanding blocks. I have I don't know, 8, 10 different foam sanding blocks. They've been really nice. I only use these for when I'm finishing up sanding primer down, getting ready to spray paint. These are nice because you can just bend them to the curve, whatever, and go along it just to scuff it up. These are not to sand your body work down in. These are just to basically scuff up around the curves and different things on the doors, bedsides. As you can see, these have a lot of bends in them. So, these just kind of, bend real nice. And they make all kinds of different styles. I mean, I got a whole bag of them here. You get a couple, different. There's an oval one. There's some odd shaped ones, rectangle. There's ones that have a curve built into it. Just different kinds. I recommend picking up some of these for when you're getting ready to sand down your primer. While we're talking about sanding blocks, I suggest going and picking up hard sanding blocks. These are what you're going to want to use when you're sanding down your body work to make your bedside straight, your cab straight, your doors straight, whatever you're working on. These don't really have a lot of flex in them, a lot of play. That's why you want to use these. They're always staying straight. This is, they stay straight on whatever you're working on. If you got a dent right here, it's going to stay straight. You're just going to sand the dent away. You're just going to sand the body work, and then you'll start hitting everything. This thing's not going to flex. You try using one of these, if you push too hard, you're going to create a dent on that side, or this thing will go into the dent and you'll be sanding like this inside of the dent and not even know it. So, for body work, not for body work. My personal opinion. Somebody will tell you something different. This is just what I think. Um, get a couple different sizes of these. I have a couple different ones. I got a long one, small ones. I got round ones. I got all kinds of different styles. Next is, if you're working on something, you got a lot of dents. I suggest picking up body hammers and the backings for them. You'll put this on the opposite side of your dent, and you'll hit against the panel, and this will keep you from going too far and pushing the dent the opposite way. And that's not what you want to do, because then you're going back and you're hitting back the other way. So you put this on the opposite side and hit against it. I suggest picking some of those up. Again, they make your life easier. Use them. Don't try and just use a ball peen hammer and just make a bunch of little unnecessary dents. A lot of times you can get the dent completely out and straight using this. I suggest doing that. Um, for glaze, finishing glaze, not Bondo. Do not use this to try and fill up dents. This is for after you've filled the dent. You will put this over it all the time, no matter how straight you think it is, no matter anything, you put it on. Bondo traps air. When you're sanding it and you blow it out, you'll notice there's little air pockets, little holes. This fills it, and then this fills any other little thing you might have missed when you go to block sand it again. Always put this on after using Bondo. Trust me, you'll be better off. You don't want to prime a door and see a bunch of holes. Now you're going through and you're applying this anyway. Just apply it before you prime it. You can go pick that up. You can pick most of this stuff up at your local hardware store or auto parts store. They got sanders. They got some of them at blocks. Squeegees, which is what I'll show you. You want to go pick you up a couple sets of squeegees. You can pick these up for like 8, 10 bucks. 3 packs, 4 packs, whatever. Get big ones. Make your own small ones. Make your own to fit the contour of the body. Whatever. Buy them. They eventually they'll crack. You can make them to fit whatever you want. If you're doing a small dent like I was, you can use ones like these. If you're doing a big dent, you use these. You don't want to be trying to fill a big dent with something like this, where you're putting all these marks in it. It just makes it 10 times harder for you to sand out. Use a big one for big dents, small one for small dents. If you're trying to sand a body line, cut this down to the body line. Make your life 10 times easier. Go pick a bunch of these up. DA sander. This one's not technically a DA sander. This one only rotates one direction. DA sander, dual action sanding, will rotate both directions and we kind of move all around. Get one of these. It's an arm saver. This thing, you take some of these and you will have to buy the pads that go with it. You buy sanding pads, put these things right on there, whatever you're working on. And this is mainly, I use these to strip the paint or to scuff up primer to paint it. Don't use this for body work. It won't work out well. 80 grit on this, if you're trying to rip off paint, man, it'll rip it right off. You just run over it until you get down to bare metal or whatever you're looking to get at. Or if you're trying to just scuff up some primer, this is 600. You can use this to run over the door after you block sand it again and primer. Use this to run over it. Works real nice. If it's already painted and you're just looking to scuff up the clear coat to repaint it, you can use 600, you can use 800, you can use whatever you want that fine of grit, or you can just slap some Scotch-Brite on it and run over the door with Scotch-Brite. It's very simple. Here's one rule. Make it dull. It's the only thing you got to worry about. If it's shiny, it's not sanded, paint won't stick. If it's dull, it is sanded, the paint will stick. It's all that matters. Make it dull. It's not that hard. This stuff's fairly easy. It's very time consuming. That's what it comes down to. Is a lot of people don't do it because they don't have time, or they don't want to put in the effort to do it. If you can't, I get it. People have stuff going on. I highly recommend you do it yourself. You're gonna go pay somebody else 30 times more, than what it costs you to do it. You'll spend 100 grand just on body work when you could have done it for 5,000 yourself, the entire truck. So I always prefer to do it. Do what you want. If you don't have the time, it is what it is, but try to make the time. It's always better when you do it yourself anyway. You look back at it and go, oh man, I did that. I did that whole thing myself. I prefer doing it myself. You're going to want to pick up some wax and grease remover. Stuff's your best friend. Every time you touch a body panel, you put your hands on it. Your hands have oil all the time. You can go wash them, come back, put your thumb on it. You're going to leave a thumbprint on it. That's terrible when you're getting ready to paint something because you will get fish eyes. Yes, they look just like fish eyes. You get little bubbles in the paint where the paint doesn't adhere to whatever you were just painting. It could be plastic, it could be, metal, it could be cotton, whatever. Doesn't matter. If there's wax or grease or oil or anything on it, it's not going to stick. Take that stuff right off. Use it all the time. Clean everything, clean whatever you're working on. Make sure it's clean before you prime it, before you paint it. Also make sure it's clean before you even start sanding on it. Last thing you want to do is sand oil into the body panel. Now it's mixed in and it's a pain to get out. Clean whatever you're working on before you start working on it. As you're sanding it, wipe it down again, wipe it down again, wipe it down again. Right before you paint, wipe it down again. I also recommend getting a tack rag. It's basically just a sticky rag. You brush over a body panel, it gets all the dust off, whatever might be sitting on it, just gets it all off lightly, just brush it across. You don't push, just lightly, glaze over it, picks up whatever's left on a body panel. This is the kind of Bondo I use. It's Evercoat. It's just what I've always used. There's nothing special about it. There's nothing bad about any other brands. This is just what I use. But go buy yourself a gallon of Bondo if you are trying to restore a truck, because you might think, oh, it's straight. It's not. It's not straight. They never are, especially if you're buying new body panels. I've always bought from LMC truck. Everything that's come in has always been pretty good, but you're always going to have a dent. Go buy a gallon of Bondo. You're going to save yourself a lot of time, and it's just go buy it. Use this to fill dents. You don't use it to finish dents. Use it to fill dents. Use finishing glaze to go over it all when you're done. Next thing, go pick you up a couple rolls of sanding paper. 80 grit, 120, 180, 220, 320, 400, 600, 800, 1000, whatever you want. 80 for just stripping paint or getting the rough cut of Bondo or whatever. Then I'll go to 180 to get all the 80 grit scratches out. Then I'll go to 220, then 320, so on and so forth. Make sure you get all the scratches out from the previous sand. So if I use 80, I go to 120 or 180 or whatever, make sure you get all the 80 marks out. If you don't, it's going to show up in the primer or the paint. You're going to be wondering where it came from. Well, it came from you not sanding all the 80 grit out. Make sure you sand it all out. Make it smooth. Make sure it's good. Go all the way up to, I go to 320 for primer, and then I'll probably go to 600 or 800 when I get ready to spray paint, or when I get ready to paint everything. Go get you a couple rolls of that. Get you some Scotch-Brite. You know, get glaze. Make it. It all comes with hardener. It'll all come with the tube of hardener. The hardener's blue. It's usually always taped to the Bondo or the glaze, so you really never have to buy that. They always give you enough. You don't need a lot of hardener when you're doing it, just a little bit. But definitely, these are the things that I think you should go buy. Also, get you a set of horses. These ones are nice because they fit body panels real nice. You put doors in here, they sit in here real nice. Put fenders in there, where you can use 2 of them to put bedsides on. You know, they just fit everything really nice. They're like 16 bucks from Harbor Freight or Northern Tools. Go pick 2, 3, or 4 of them up. They save your back instead of trying to doing it on the ground or doing it on a counter. Go get some of these. They just spend the money. Go get a couple. That's pretty much everything I think that you really need starting out. So yeah, that's if you decide that you want to try and tackle something like this yourself, definitely go pick up most of it, if not all of this stuff that I was mentioning today, and get started. You're not going to be perfect the first time you do it. You're not going to be perfect the second time you do it. You're not going to be perfect after 10 years of doing it. You're going to have mistakes. There's going to be times, you didn't get a dent out all the way, or you got to redo something. It is what it is. It happens. Just keep going. Just get it done. Just, I prefer doing everything myself. It makes it more enjoyable, and like looking back on it and knowing that I made that, and I enjoy doing it. Now, if you don't have patience, then this is going to be pretty tough for you to do, because this requires a lot of patience. But I figured I'd make this video before I went in anymore, in case anybody had any questions on what I'm using or what they should get, whatever the case might be. There you go. That's what I'm using right now. Everything I just showed you, I used on those doors. Everything I just showed you, I'm going to use on the cab. Everything I just showed you, I'm going to use on the bedsides. Everything, all of it, fenders, hood, all that right there. And you're going to have to buy more sandpaper, you're going to have to buy more Bondo, you're going to have to buy more glaze, everything. It's just going to be a constant reoccurring, okay, well, I got to go get more of this, got to go get more of this. At the end of the day, when you start getting everything done, you start seeing, oh man, I'm moving along on this, everything's looking real good. You'll be happy, and you'll forget you even spent all that money on it. So, go pick you this stuff up and get started on that truck or that car or whatever you've been waiting to work on, going back and forth on. Go do it. Go work on that car and get it done. Anyways, that's all I got for tonight. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good night.